podcast. I had a piece of paper. Oh, my name's CJ. I run the show. I have my cousin Adrian with me and my sister Emma. Two very big disappointments.
Disappointed!
In the family.
Says the film major.
It says the no major. Thank you very much. Was it just me or did your laugh sound really fake? See?
It just keeps going.
It's endless.
We were doing girl
It's
things.
pretty dumb. You guys should have watched
Someone
Sonic.
does have a little crush on Sonic, though.
Who?
Gosh,
Who has a crush on Sonic?
he makes me feel some kind of way.
That's gross. He's a hedgehog and he's blue.
He's a beautiful blue hedgehog.
Here's the thing. It's John Ralphio. You know that, right? From Parks and Rec.
Our presentation. Who else is joining you? John Ralphio.
Rec. The guy that plays John Ralphio
Oh,
is
yeah,
Sonic.
buddy.
Oh, yikes, buddy.
That's like being attracted to a screwdriver. It's like it doesn't make
Some
much
people are.
sense.
People are, CJ.
I don't
try
believe
and
them. They're
exclude
liars.
those people
They're liars.
who love screwdrivers.
I don't like
for
it
who
when
they
someone
are.
like tells me something. I question everything. When someone's like, "I don't like pineapple on my pizza," I'm like, "Do you really though? Do you really?"
That's just the.
I think you're full of crap.
I've converted, though.
We're
Adrian
secret.
has converted.
Yeah, high five. We secretly all like and want the same things, but we just lie to each other
Yeah, all
about
the
it.
time.
Yeah, we all
That's
secretly
very true.
uh
We were all raised and brainwashed to
Ex-
think the same thing.
exactly. But if there was no outside source, we would all be the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'd all like pineapple on our pizzas
Be named Kevin.
there would be no debate.
and probably have the name Kevin.
Hey there, friends. How's it going? My name is Kevin. And
There would be no debate about
the
anything.
most basic white man name.
We
No
would all
offense, your
just-
name's Kevin, but it's basic.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah, cool.
if we were all the same person, there would be no debate. We'd just nuke ourselves probably within the first couple days and just be like, why don't we just end it?
Why don't we just?
Why don't we
what's the
just-
point?
Yeah, what's the point of doing it? Why are we doing?
Well, then
Oh, yeah.
when Kevin started getting popular is when things started going downhill in this world. Not like a secret serial killer, but like
Aren't they all?
Aren't they all? Yeah.
Yeah, look at people like Tanner
CJ.
Mojo. You're like
Oh.
something in there. It's just
You're
not.
wrong. I'm not an
clicking.
influencer. I have no
He's
influence.
Just
trying.
YouTube.
I'm
He's
just
trying.
no, I'm not even trying. I just post things and I just fake and I'm just
just
if
fake-
anything I'm a
fake on purpose.
if anything I'm a TikTok influencer.
Oh, very true.
I
have
You are
four-
an influencer there.
Shout out to my 4,000 followers on TikTok
TikTok.
who know of me. They probably don't even remember my name. Probably like I
They're like,
probably
"That guy."
get followed by them and then they're like forget years down the line and
Yeah.
they'll look at it and be like
oh, I
it's like the
followed it.
people who followed Onision.
No, go.
Like they forget and then they'll look one day and be like, "Oh my gosh, I was part of the problem. I was sub to Onision this whole time." Adrian is our Marvel expert.
Connoisseur,
Have you heard about the crossover event Sony's going to be doing with
Oh.
Spider-Man?
yes.
Or the rumors of it,
The
I guess.
rumors of it. Hopefully, it's more than a rumor, even though we've been holding on to this for years.
Yeah. I think
Hopes.
spoilers for Avengers Endgame, but I think as soon as Captain America picked up Thor's hammer, everyone was like, anything can happen in this universe.
Exactly.
It's like
Possibilities-
rules are gone.
Yeah, it's like some movies they don't do what the fans want, but
Yeah.
Marvel really did what the fans want.
Yeah.
It kind of made
And it was weird because they haven't done it before. Like I remember when Age of Ultron first came out and everybody was speculating about Captain America being able to lift the hammer.
yeah.
And we were all like, haha, that would be funny,
That would
but
be-
like we
but
all
never happened.
accepted it that it
Yeah.
wasn't gonna happen.
Like and they really threw us off.
Yeah, they just
Dark
waited
there.
what 8 years.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's what happens. If you guys are ever making a film for fans, don't give them what they want. Wear them down until they're just like, till
they
they're
have
just
no hope.
till you're baby feeding them content because they're like, this is all we get, I guess.
This is
Yeah.
what we'll make do with.
Exactly, and then give them what they want, and they'll
Mhm.
freaking blow up.
And they did.
Yeah.
And they did. They were
Yeah.
really smart there.
Here's the thing. I think that ever since the first two Thors were like I think the first one was great. The second one was just like okay, and then the third one with who directed it? I want to say it's like Taiki Waititi or something like that. I can't remember his name. I know of him. He did Jojo Rabbit. He was Hitler. He did. He plays the big rock fella in Ragnarok. But I think Ragnarok was fantastic, and it like showed the character of Thor in a way cooler light.
Yeah, and that's like our first taste of like Marvel giving us what we want. 'Cause
Yeah.
it says, this dark stuff isn't working. Let's lighten it up. Let's make it funny.
Oh yeah.
Like the second Thor, it was just like unnecessarily dark, and there was literally no humor. And then you get Ragnarok, which is kind of just like
Totally opposite.
giving
They're
you
Yeah, they were polar
literally
opposites.
just the best of
Oh
Marvel
yeah.
comedy.
I liked both the first Thor movies. I just think that you're right. They were going for a really dark route that was coming off of Iron Man. And what other movies were made in that time period that were really dark? The X-Men movies.
The X-Men movies.
The
were
X-Men,
incredibly
like the
dark.
PG-13 crappy X-Men movies.
The one with Jennifer Lawrence as
Yeah. It's like
Zeke.
they were all trying to,
They were trying to
be
go
that
away.
dark movie. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
very hard to.
And
when
if you
it's
think
PG-13.
about it,
Mhm.
funny superhero movies and good superhero movies, like lighthearted superhero movies, weren't even really much of a thing. Like Marvel was the first to do that, as
Yeah,
where,
that's true.
or well, not even, well, still Marvel, but Sony was the first to do that with like the the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man,
Yeah,
where it's like
lightened it up
a
lot.
lighthearted Marvel movie, as where before it was like Blade, and you have Spawn, and you have
Yeah, it was very like
super dark movies. But I think that
Then you fall into DC, which is like a whole different
yeah,
realm
but
of
I think
dark, but-
even Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were pretty dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, Sam Raimi is the guy who directs those movies, is like a horror guy,
Mhm.
and so it's not surprising to me at all that
I love
he
him
does some
as a
really
director.
good. He's really good at world building, and that world wasn't as light as like watching those movies
when you
now. It
look
was
back
dark.
at it, you're
Yeah,
like,
as a kid, those were like the most fun movies ever, and now I look back and I was like, it's still fun, but it's like it's more grounded. And
There's a lot of weird hidden stuff that you wouldn't see as a kid, but
Yeah.
now that you're older and you've like experienced some things and you've seen other movies do kind of similar things, you go back and you watch it
Yeah.
and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
like this is actually not what I thought.
it's
as
not
a
what I
kid,
thought.
you
I
know?
remember watching Spider-Man 2 like the other day and being like, what? This
Yeah.
like this is allowed? Like
I
this
know.
was a thing?
Yeah.
Like I remember it has not plot holes, but it has moments where you're like, that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
What the heck? Why does that? How did that guy get the pizza out of the boxes without messing with the bungee cords? He
The
like
bungee
just
cords.
pulls it out. I never understood
Like,
this.
that's the one
It's
thing
like-
that bothers you the most.
It's
in
the
that
pizza.
entire
It's like
movie is the fact that the
Home
guy
Alone 2,
with the pizza.
he can hear his dad from the hotel room. He's like, and at the end of Home Alone 2, and he hears his dad from the hotel room,
Yeah.
but it makes no sense. He's all the way in the park. The windows are closed.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
one
I
of those
saw that the other
things.
day and I was like,
Spider-Man 2 and the first Spider-Man movie have a lot of those. But you know what? Speaking of gritty superheroes, I realize why Thor, the Dark Elves one, probably was so dark. Is at the time,
What even was the name of that one?
Dark Elves,
Was that?
Or wasn't it Dark World or something?
something like that.
It
Thor the
had
Dark
dark in.
Yeah. For Thor the Dark World.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was dark in the title. It's
Yeah.
dark.
See, but what was really big at that time was Christopher Nolan's Batman's.
Uh-huh.
The Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan's Batman's.
Which no one
And those
can
were
ever
really.
top.
Here's the
So-
thing. That was so grounded in
Yeah,
reality.
that was
It
really
made you
good.
think that Batman could be a real dude.
Yeah.
And I think that, when you're playing with superheroes like Thor, either you make him so grounded that the Ragnarok stuff goes away. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
or the Odin stuff goes away. Like Thor's just a dude like probably from the
Exactly,
ultimate comic books where they're like, is he crazy? And he like has a mechanical hammer, or you go all the way, which I think Ragnarok did all the way.
Yeah, they're like this opposite is working. Let's go the other
Yeah,
way.
exactly. Because you can't ground a magic
You can't
blonde-headed
ground
dude.
A god.
Yeah, you can't. Exactly, you can't ground him. That's where Batman was easy because Batman has no superpowers. Batman's rogues gallery of characters
Yeah.
doesn't need superpowers.
Yeah. He's just
Um,
this awesome
He's very realistic.
dude.
He's
yeah.
very realistic.
And Christian Bale, I think, just made that part
Yeah.
amazing. That Batman was so good, and I know some people will not agree with me, but I think Ben Affleck is
I think Ben
not
Affleck.
a great Batman.
I
and
think he
that's
was a
just
good
my
Batman.
Opinion.
I think he was a good one, but I think he was
I think.
trying
But
to
comparing him
be
to
as serious
Christian
as
Bale,
was.
And still, yeah. And here's the thing: when you have a superhero
He's
that
not Christian
is Batman, but his peers are Superman, Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Green Lantern,
he
and Flash,
becomes very
he becomes either
non-necessary.
exactly non-necessary comic.
exactly.
That's why I think like if I were to go back and make Batman in the DC universe, I'd make him wildly overpowered when it comes to
Exactly.
smarts.
They
Like,
grounded him, but they
oh, yeah.
grounded no other characters.
Exactly.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You got to make him unrealistically smart.
Yeah.
Like have him, you
Yeah.
know, do one of those Sherlock Holmes moments where like the world slows down around him.
And
he's like-
everything.
Yeah, and he like wipes the floor with the Justice League, like just using his thoughts. That's how you should make the Batman.
Yeah.
You don't make him like, and I think it's like what the animated series did. Like the first 2 seasons of the animated series did it really well because like Batman wasn't flawed. He had his flaws, but it wasn't like he was dealing with. It wasn't like the TV show Arrow where he's dealing
Oh.
with things and he's got to overcome them.
Yeah.
Batman was gonna over. We all knew by the episode wraps, Batman's
Yeah.
winning.
Batman's
Yeah.
the winner.
But how he got there and the journey that it took wasn't like this mopey Batman. It
Yeah.
was like Batman was getting it done and it was kind of like putting his head down and doing it. And for some reason, that was like the most entertaining show in the
Yeah.
world. And I think it wasn't because of Batman necessarily. It was because of the characters that surrounded him.
Yeah.
You saw Alfred and you saw Robin and you're like, oh man, Robin's a bit of a tool. Alfred's a bit sad.
He's a
Um,
bit sad.
But then you got like the Joker, and you're like, the Joker's really cool. He's a cool
Yeah.
adversary. Then like when they present problems to Batman and Batman solves them, it's oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
And you know,
Speaking
yeah.
speaking of the DC universe, have you seen the stuff for the new Batman movie coming out 2022 now? I think it is
I've seen
With
a
the
few
guy from
with,
Twilight?
with the Twilight Boy.
What is
Yeah,
his name?
You should know.
I don't know, but have you seen the Batman?
Yeah, I've seen what it looks.
You see what it looks like?
And like how his symbol is like, isn't it like? a
It's
gun
janky.
or
Well,
something
yeah, I
torn
heard the
apart?
theory that it was gun torn apart,
Yeah,
and then there's the
like a-
theory it's knives, and I think people are overanalyzing a little bit too much. I think it's ugly. I think it's
it is-
ugly.
They're really
It is a
trying
little-
to do
They're trying to do
something.
Joker, like, you know how the Joker came in and shook everything, and I'm talking about Joker like Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah.
Comes in and shakes things up. And now DC is realizing we don't have to follow any one universe.
Yeah, we just.
And so they're handing over the reins to, you know, anybody. And I think
smacking them all together.
yeah. Well, I think that DC handed over the reins of the Joker over to the guys that made the Hangover movies. And then that worked out huge. That worked out great. And then you have like this, they're thinking, oh, that's perfect. Now we're going to hand it over. I don't really like the director that's making the new Batman movies. And frankly, he's making Batman like this first year super tactical Batman.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Batman fleshed out as an older dude.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like Ben Affleck's
Yeah.
Batman
yeah,
so much.
Ben
And
Affleck was actually
who
like,
should we have play it, CJ?
Oh, well, I have already come up with the perfect Batman.
Yes.
I need to make a video or something about that
Yes.
where it's like the perfect who would play the perfect Batman. But Misha Collins from Supernatural,
Oh yeah.
I think would play a great older Batman.
He would.
Like
he's got the voice. He's got the
He's got that
the
Batman
manner.
look too that
Yeah.
they always
yeah,
go
yeah.
for.
He would. I don't know if he could compete with like Christian Bale or other guys, but he could definitely compete
He
with
could
Michael
definitely-
Keaton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
The Michael
Oh,
Keaton
yeah.
Batman. He could definitely compete with the Val Kilmer Batman.
He can do something with it.
Oh yeah, and I think the that would work out great for like a CW show. I would never put him in a
Yes,
movie,
that's so
but like if
true.
you were gonna make a Batman that was a CW, okay, I'm just gonna put it out a lot. Best Batman CW roster would be Rob Lowe's Two-Face, and that's controversial.
Rob
That's
Lowe.
controversial. But Rob Lowe's Two-Face, I'd have Misha Collins as Batman. Obviously, I'd have the guy that plays Doctor Who, the
David Tennant.
12. No, 12.
12. Oh, okay. I don't know his
I'd
name.
have him play Alfred, and then
We
have
talked
like
about David Tennant.
yeah,
He'd be
no,
such a
he's
good
not old enough.
Alfred.
He's not
He'd
old
be-
enough.
Not yet.
Give
Yeah,
him
but then
time.
Misha Collins would be dead
Oh,
by the
that's
time he's old enough.
He's gonna be in a cane.
He's only
Yeah.
like 47. How old
Old
is
is-
Misha Collins?
How old is?
Last I checked, he was like 44, but that was a few years ago.
I don't know.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
And then I'd have what's her face plays April in Parts of Rec.
Oh. What's her name?
Paris, is it Paris something?
No, wait. I just said it the other day.
You did
remember?
just say it the other day.
April, but the girl that plays April Ludgate.
Drawing blanks today.
I know. It's because we're recording.
Yeah.
But the girl that plays April would make a fantastic Catwoman, and
she would.
she said in an interview she would play a great Catwoman, and then she would pretend to be a cat. You know, like you do. But I think that she could play a really good Catwoman because of, like, I think Michael Keaton's Catwoman in the second Batman, what was that? Batman Forever? I can't remember, but the last one that director directed. What is this? How am I forgetting? Now Adrian said she's forgetting stuff. Now I'm forgetting
Now
stuff.
you're forgetting.
Tim Burton. The last one Tim Burton
yes.
directed. That Catwoman was awesome because she was weird.
Yeah.
And I think that
She's a
Catwoman,
yeah,
like, Catwoman should be a little weird.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Anne
and,
Hathaway.
Michelle Pfeiffer played her. Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman. I think that I hope I'm not wrong. But I think she played a really good Catwoman. But her and Anne Hathaway's Catwoman are on different levels.
Yeah, they really are.
Like that, and I think that if you brought it kind of back, and if you had a Joker that was like, you know, wasn't this super grounded, Joaquin Phoenix Joker? If you had a Joker that was Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had a Bane that was Bane. If you had a Two-Face, I super love the character of Two-Face. Like, if I had to pick my favorite Batman character, it would be Two-Face.
Yeah.
And I'm like disappointed with the treatment he's gotten over the years. Not because they've shown him wrong, but because they just refused to show him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could be an incredibly.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll wrap it up there. We hit 32 minutes. It was only supposed to be 15.
Oh.
But
wow.
so we nailed it.
That's how podcasts usually go.
I guess so. All right, we're done, Zos.